Morning students, will go to the last step of reactions of this chapter, that is oxidation reduction reactions, which we have already studied in the lower class. Okay, that oxidation is gaining of oxygen and reduction is loss of oxygen. Okay, so here you have one activity here in your textbook. Okay, that you have here copper powder. When you heat this copper powder, it turns into black copper oxide. Okay, this. Now, why this is formed? Because copper gets added to oxygen and you get copper oxide. So, copper plus oxygen heat gives you copper oxide. So, addition of copper, that is oxidation, has taken place here. Okay. Now, if hydrogen gas is passed over this copper oxide, okay. Now, again it turns back to the brown colored copper which was there in previous. So, copper is brown colored. So, you get brown colored copper again. Okay, and formation of water. So, from this copper oxide, oxygen is removed. Okay, so oxygen is removed from copper, so it becomes reduction, while hydrogen gains the oxygen, so here it is oxidation. So, here two reactions are taking place together. So, we have got oxidation of hydrogen to water and reduction of copper oxide to copper. So, such reactions are known as redox reactions, which we have studied in the lower class. Okay. Now, there is another example of a redox reaction, that is ZNO plus C. So, ZNO gets reduced to Zn and carbon gets oxidized to carbon monoxide. Okay. Similarly, you have got MnO2 which gets reduced to MnCl2 and HCl which gets oxidized to water and you get chlorine separated. Okay. So, all these are examples of redox reactions. Okay. Now, going to the next page. There is a definition: if a substance gains oxygen or loses hydrogen during a reaction, it gets oxidized. If the substance loses oxygen and gains hydrogen during a reaction, it gets reduced. Now, there is a last topic of this chapter, corrosion. We have already studied with lesson number 3. So, I will just directly go to rancidity. Now, rancidity means smelling or tasting different of any materials which are kept for long time. Okay, so especially fat and oil containing food materials. Now, why this happens? Because fats and oils gets oxidized and they become rancid and their smell and taste change. Now, why this happens and how we can prevent this? Okay, so it is usually prevented by adding antioxidants. So, if you add antioxidants in these foods, the rancidity can be prevented. Second, you can put the food in an airtight container. So, the oxidation slows down. And third is you can flush in nitrogen, especially the chips packet and all, they are flushed with nitrogen. So, nitrogen, it prevents this rancidity as well as the microbial growth. So, these are the 3 ways to prevent rancidity. Thank you.